Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with Retekess, this is the TR110. This is a wide frequency shortwave portable radio with single sideband. It is awesome. It's micro-sized, short pocket, single sideband, amazing. You can get this for around $99.99 at Amazon. I'll have links below. Sometimes there's coupons and sales bringing the price even lower, so check that out. Let's get to it. The Retekess comes in a simple box. And there you go, TR110. I've been wanting to get this radio for a while. It's been out for a while. It has some bugs here and there, and we'll go over them, but nothing too serious that really will take away. It's still a pretty amazing radio for what it does. So I took everything out of the box to make this easy, so let's go and set that aside. First thing in the box, we get the radio. Yeah, there it is, the TR110. All right, so we got extra stuff too, which is awesome. Charging cable, which is, drum roll please, USB to Type-C. Nice. They did the upgrade. Loving that. I knew I'd start seeing that more and more. They give us a pair of headphones with some extra cup sizes there, it looks like. Nice. I use my own brand, but it's nice to give this to you. You also get a little carry bag. I thought that was nice. A little carry bag for all your stuff, your radio and your extra gear, and to give you a little carry lanyard. So you get this, and a little carry lanyard. Nice. Like that. And we have the manual. So here it is, the TR110. I'm going to quickly open in this. There's just so much to this manual, it's not even funny. I will probably get lost. So here you go. Boom. You can look at some of this stuff here. Freeze frame, in case I missed something. Here is an overview. I'm going to spend just a little time on this manual, in case there's not a PDF file out there for you to download. You'll have this for posterity. Okay. It's going to go page to page. It will take a little bit of time here, but I figure it's time well spent. And that's what the display can do and show. That's amazing. It is pretty involved. So, yeah, be prepared to get your notebooks out, pencils, take notes. Operating cautions, I don't think you have to worry about that too much. It does run on a BL5C battery. If that's not your thing, then maybe you need a bigger radio. But this is a micro-sized radio. They had to do that, I think, to conserve space and size. So we'll just kind of scroll down here, showing you the different things it can do. There you are. Okay. Yeah, there's just a ton. And if I find something while I'm going along, oops, make sure I didn't skip a page, I will stop and talk about it. So manual storing your presets, which is nice. I do like that. It's very handy when you have a radio that has so many bands. UHF, VHF, weather, AM, shortwave, single sideband. It's amazing. CB. So it's airband. It's just good to have all these things at your fingertips. And we'll try to go through all of them. We might not hear everything, but hopefully we will be able to tune in some stations while we're having fun with the radio. But yeah, we'll get through this part. Just like I said, for those detailed things. Now there's some of your stepping available for your different modes. Everybody asks for the airband if it has 8.3 kilohertz. Yes, it does. Sweet. It's pretty neat to see that on a airband radio. Okay. I think we're almost through. You can see it's just very involved. You can actually delete presets manually, which is also a bonus. It does have auto scan and save if you're lazy and you don't want to manually go through. I actually took my Bearcat scanner on the airband and scanned what the active frequencies were and put them into my radio. It's just a way to do it, or you can look it up online. Find some websites that show that. Now, in shortwave mode, there's the different meter bands it has segmented for you, so you can get around quick. And it also does that for the VHF, too. If you look, it says VHF starts at 30 megahertz and goes up from there, all the way to UHF territory. That's nice. You can scroll through those. Whoops. There you go. Okay, we're almost through here. Okay. And yeah, there's just so much. And hopefully this captured it for eternity, and you have this forever. You can go 9K, 10K on your switch mode on your medium wave. We will talk about bandwidth controls. It's interesting how the bandwidth works on this radio. It works for most things, but it doesn't work in some things. But not to worry, it doesn't affect the performance too much in my opinion. Different settings for the FM. Actually quite a bit for the FM. I was pretty surprised. The FM on this radio is amazing as I talk about this. More bandwidth settings for the shortwave. There you go. A quick note, I will say it goes 6, 4, 3, 2.5, and 2 is good. When you get down to 1.8 and 1, I do notice that it seems to open up rather than narrow. I'll try to show that to you. Squelch mode, it has 9 steps of squelch, and it seemed on the on VHF and UHF, VHF high, I noticed that the Squelch 1 was pretty strong and aggressive, and I was listening to a ham radio conversation, and it was cutting out on the lowest level, so I had to, it was a pretty strong signal too. So I think it's an aggressive squelch mode. So you may or may not use squelch. It does seem to work okay on the airband. So there you go. You have Attenuator. You can set. Beautiful thing. We're almost through this. Hang in there with me, because seriously, there's just so much here. I can't cover all this in one video. And I don't feel like doing multiple videos. So we're almost through. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom. And then you got the UBD, or I like to call it UDB, user defined band, or this is user band definition. Could be either way, I guess. That's pretty cool. It's for the 30 megahertz and above. You can actually set a range to scan in, which is very important. Okay. Using antennas, also talk about that. External antennas. It's saying it works on FM, shortwave, VHF, UHF error, and the defined. I noticed that I had better reception with certain bands and some not at all, and I'll tell you about that. And then main technical parameters. People are going to want to see this. Sensitivity chart. There you are. Demodulation method. Okay, I think we're almost through. Yeah. Quite the time spent. I know I'm going to hear it in the comment section, but that's okay. Comment away. But then we're done. Okay, so boom. Let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about size of this radio and get rolling on it. Dimensions. Width, 2 3/8 of an inch. We have a height of 4.5 inches and a depth of under an inch, 7/8 of an inch. Gotta love that. It is micro, and I love it. Size comparison. Well, we'll bring out some old guys. HRD 737. Yeah, started it all right here. Another wide frequency receiver. Just doesn't have single sideband and a few other features that this adds. We also have the Eaton Mini, just to give you an idea. Definitely way better radio. As far as speaker sound, yeah, Tinny, somewhat better, still Tinny. So it's better with headphones. I like it with headphones. The other size comparisons. Now, you're going to want to see with a other single sideband radio, the Texan PL330. See, this is definitely the shirt pocket size single sideband. Pocket full of sideband. Yes, definitely the way to go if you want to go as minimal as possible. Though this Texan PL330 will probably serve the person a little better if you're doing external antennas. But if you just want to go shirt pocket, you grab this one for sure all day long if you want to go shirt pocket. All right, cool. And, my usual dudes, CC Pocket. Yeah, I'm not going to spend much time there. CC Scat Wave. And that battery's looking like it's dying on me. Man, I just charged that. All right, and then we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves Retekess from China land. Single sideband in his pocket, man. Iron Man. Look at that. Almost size of a deck of cards. Sweet. All right. We're going to start talking about features. We'll do a little demo on audio. We're going to get right to the bands. I think the best thing to do is just quickly talk about features. So right left-hand side, you can see it's like a gunmetal colored plastics. It seems like it's pretty well put together. Liking that. Up here, we have Retekess power button. Power button acts as our, we check the clock. That's kind of nice and handy. and also power on for sleep function. And while the power is on, you can toggle between local time or UTC, depending on how you set your clock. And then you can toggle to the signal to noise ratio and signal strength. It's reversed. Texan has it the other way. So it's kind of interesting. Nice amber lit display, as you can see there. Battery life when the power's off. You can change this Fahrenheit to Celsius, I believe, by just hitting the band button. Oh, that turns the alarm on. Hitting the mode button. There you go, Celsius. Pretty cool. Awesome. Clock with seconds. Down here with our buttons, the band select button. The band select button, again, does quite a bit. FM, medium wave, shortwave, air, CB, FM, or FM. Yeah, if I just mentioned that, VHF, high, low, user-defined band, weather band, does all that. Also, you press and hold this to do your auto scan and save presets. You get 100 presets per band. They say you get a total of 1,000 presets. I haven't seen that. I haven't been able to save 1,000 presets yet, but I do see the 100 presets per band when I'm going through the bands. Awesome. Gotta love it. So mode button. Mode button's interesting. You'll use this to toggle the shortwave, the different shortwave segments, and airband, and the VHF and UHF segments, which is really nice. You'll like doing that. And of course, I showed you it changes the temperature while the radio is off. A beautiful thing. Let's see. It's also used to change settings under the setting mode. You'll get to see that. So you hit set, and then you can change the different like bandwidth and attenuator and different things like that. So we'll talk about that more as we go. Memo is memory. So you hit this button to enter memory mode, hit it again to exit memory mode. That's cool. It's like a VM button. Step button is kind of quirky, the step button. You hit step and then you can roll this to select which one and confirm it with the tuning button. And then it gives you an opportunity to go to super fine tuning and super coarse tuning by hitting step again manually. So it's just an interesting thing, which I'll try to show you. But it's very cool, very powerful. Down here we have a lock function and a mute button. So if you want to mute your radio real quick, you just tap that to mute it or lock it down. Of course, set to get into each menu for each band. Each band will have certain settings you can change and some you can't. Volume up and down. Oh yeah, the step button has a delete function for presets. Up and down tuning, browse tuning. Very simple there. And of course, selecting things in a menu if you need to. Speaker. We have a 40 millimeter speaker or 1.5 inches. And you can see there all the different bands it covers. TR110. I'm going a little quicker here so I can get this thing on. We have a notched, but it's fairly quiet, fat tuning wheel. So on a little radio, that's actually kind of handy. Liking that. Our Type-C input, I think it's about a 0.5 amp in. So I noticed, and for a battery like this, charging it in 2 hours is not bad at all. Runtime on the battery, you can expect probably about anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. Top of the radio, we have some more fun. We have the antenna. It's very fragile, so be real careful. It's similar to the HRD737 as far as that little thin piece there. Just be careful of that. Don't clip to that end part if you can. That extends out to 21 inches, which is great, especially for shortwave. You love that. You do have the option to add the external antenna. There's a lot to do. This external antenna jack is good for shortwave. I noticed VHF high and the weather band. I didn't notice any improvement on the air band or the other bands. I did notice I plugged in a jack while I was on the medium wave band. It would go all the way down to long wave territory, and I would try to tune it with my twin coil or any kind of different loop, and it was a mess. So it's really not meant for medium wave, mainly just your short wave and VHF high. I noticed it made an impact. Headphone jack experience. It's great on FM. FM stereo sounds fantastic on it. It has moderate lows, strong mids, bright highs, depending on your headphones. Expect brighter tones on medium wave and shortwave, and lower tones on airband, VHF, and UHF, and weather band. So quite a bit to go over. Lanyard hookup point. Back we got a removable belt clip. Gotta like that. Looks like it's stainless steel. We have a battery compartment door with our BL5C battery, rated at 1000 milliamp hour. If you're worried about the battery running out, just carry a second in a little case. There you go. It does stand, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah, loving that. So, FM reception report, and then we'll turn this thing on. FM reception report, it scored a very good, which is a 4-star rating. I go fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. For a little radio like this, it's absolutely amazing. It found 80 stations for FM sensitivity. That's absolutely mind-boggling how this little radio did that. There was no tropospheric ducting or e-skipping that day, so excellent. This is just a wonderfjust FM radio compared to, say, a basic radio like this, which only gets 48 stations. This almost gets double on the FM. It's beautiful on FM. So just so you know, if you pick this up, you're going to love it for FM. It has a lot of settings for FM as well. That's that. And then the FM selectivity gets very good as well. I was finding stations in between really strong stations with this. So bonus, loving that. And selectivity was good on evening AM, by the way, too. I noticed. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Boom. We're actually turning it on. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go radio todderbert, which is a C crane transmitter here, hooked up to a Sony MP3 player. And we're going to broadcast some royalty-free music to this radio, so you get an idea of the speaker. And you can see kind of what's displayed here. So turn this up a little. Hear your volume control. Little tiny. It's changing right there. Okay, you can see different options here. I'm going to try to bring it up closer. Bandwidth, even on FM, you can change it. Attenuator, DX, local, and normal. I noticed that seems to work mainly for the FM shortwave bands. Medium wave, I didn't really notice a difference. There is our signal noise ratio, signal strength, of course, battery life. De-emphasis you can change. It's on 75 right now. You can change that to 50. You can change stereo mode to mono mode if you want. And our stepping mode. All right, we'll let this run for about a minute or so.
You'll never have the sacred stone. Oh, this you crazy mother.
Okay, you get the idea. Let's have some fun. Let's go through the bands. I'm not going to do anything full bands. I'm going to try to do separate videos for those. So we'll go ahead and turn off the FM transmitter there. We'll turn off my iPad. Yeah, this is an iPad. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're on FM. but I'm not going to do a band scan FM. So we're going to go ahead and change the band. We're going to go to shortwave, right? Everybody wants to see the shortwave in action. So we're going to go ahead. We're probably not going to do much with single sideband. Trying to find a thicker segment to clip to. I can hear a station already coming in. Time. So we tap the power button for time. Local time is 9:21 in the morning. It's Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois. Add 6 hours for UTC. Okay.
Gregorian calendar, and why it's equally impossible to find the true day of Yahushua's resurrection
settings,
on the Gregorian calendar. You simply
bandwidth,
cannot do it. The weeks do not
hit
align.
mode. It gets quiet, but now it opens up. 1.8 and 1. I don't know why it does that.
Every single time
6,
the Sabbath
4,
falls on the 8th,
3,
the 15th,
2.5, 2,
days of the month. Either the actual date is
1.8,
signed or contextual
1. So you can see it kind of
Other
opens up.
details consistently allow for that extrapolation. For example, the story
Okay,
of
so let's see.
contains specific dates and
Let's go to
details
3.
for 3 months in a row, all of which have the
Set Squelch.
Sabbath falling on the 8th,
Attenuator, you can set that
22nd, and 29th for each
to
month.
DX, normal,
These
or
calendar
local.
details were confirmed 40 years
Over here we can go
later
to single
at the time of
sideband mode.
Joshua, and again at the crucifixion of the Saviour on Passover, the 14th day of the month, which always the 6th day of the
So
week.
yeah, I went to local, dropped out.
Resting in the tomb over the Sabbath hours of the 15th, and had been resurrected
Okay,
on the
so
feast
memo
of
mode,
first
you hit
fruits,
this button,
which was always
some presets.
Jesus' life, 3.5 years. The church is
Pretty cool. We will go to the 20 meter band just to see if there's anything out there real quick. There's a time signal for Collins, Colorado. I am, of course, in Chicago, Illinois, USA, and then, of course, our local time. Coming in nice and clear.
hours. 1 minute universal time.
So I'm a minute off. Cool. All right.
Salvador se ha convertido en un país de tránsito.
Okay, so that's right in the shortwave band there. Let's show you the stepping. So I'm going to turn this down. Stepping, if you hit step, you'll see it's giving options right there. 5 kilohertz, 1 kilohertz. And it goes down to, 1 kilohertz, 10th of a kilohertz, and then down to 20 hertz, and then 10 hertz. So it fine tunes all the way down. Now, if you look where the arrow's at, you can change it. Where the arrow's flashing, so we can quick tune, or we can slow it down. So it's really nice to get on frequency this way. So we're picking up some transmission. Not sure we'll pick them up, so let's set. Go to the now single sideband means upper sideband, and if you hit it again, it goes lower sideband. So we're gonna hit step. Try to get down there. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I was in the memory mode still. Okay. We are, okay, we're in the wrong setting there. Okay, this is the joys of tuning. Oh, I think I hear another. Oh, I'm hearing something. Okay, cool. We didn't go too far. We can't pick them up. Trying. That's the trickiness of this. Try to find a strong signal. Here we go.
Todo el mundo tiene las mismas letras, pero alguna gente tiene el mismo nombre. Este muchacho, Felipe, lo llamó aquí en Flamboyant, el mismo nombre de Philip, el US Marine en la Florida, ¿cómo que se lee? Nancy, creo que Nancy Mike 4 Ocean Papa, la mismo nombre por ahí, y los dos hablan inglés, y me parece que nacieron aquí en el mainland. Ok, pues es todo. Tómate el cambio, por ahí, Lucho. Esta es la KP4NS, KP4DDS, over. Ok, copiado, Héctor, copiado allá en Cuba. La Charlie Oscar 7 Hotel Hotel. Copiado ahí el amigo Héctor en Cuba. Pues nada, Tony, muy bien, sí, hay bastante, no, pero lo
Okay,
más que
cool.
hay son Carlos.
I'd like to spend more time here, but
Carlos sí hay mucho.
tuned in a station.
Aquí a veces
Single
tengo
sideband.
Carlos.
There you go.
Y también hay mucho por lo indicativo, el mismo indicativo.
So we're going to exit this mode, otherwise if I cycle through, it'll take time. So we're going to go to the... hit the band mode. Okay, CB. Just picking them up strong yesterday. Maybe we'll hear somebody talk real quick. From the East Coast. Skipping to Chicago. Okay, keep going here. So we got our VHF band. This is actually a fire call frequency. I'll hear fire calls, ambulance, service calls. That's pretty neat. And then we'll go to see what I got. Presets. I think I just had the one. Okay, this is pretty cool. This was Lake Geneva repeater that I picked up. UHF. Nice and clear. Came in nice. Again, Squelch is just barely picking something up there. Okay, let's go to the airband. This is user defined band, or user band definition. I set mine between 140 to 160. Actually, I had to do it, but it's pretty intense. But you can scan the band like this, and this will go all the way to 160, and then go right back to 140, which is nice. Just so you know, if you have presets here, you can scan the presets, but then it stops when it's done going through all the presets. I wish it would keep going, but it does not, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Weather.
January 4th, 2023. Yesterday's high temperature of 44 degrees occurred at 12:25 a.m. The normal high is 32. The record high is 64 degrees, which was set in 1997. Yesterday's low temperature of 33 degrees occurred at 5:51.
So you have all your weather channels.
Tonight, west winds 10 to 20 knots becoming
Sensitive at 10 all the way down. So FM, AM. Now AM is great for locals.
overdose deaths.
It's good for daytime locals and some semi-locals. Not great for distance stations.
From a victim on Milwaukee
But in the evening, it wakes up. I was picking up New York City. I was picking up Denver, Colorado. Yeah, this radio will do it.
Yeah. It's but you know, still, Soldier Field has been a house of horrors for Kirk Cousins.
And just so you know, when you go to set the bandwidth here, it has no effect on medium wave. And it also has no effect when you're on single sideband, which I noticed. But I didn't have a need for this, so. But you can still 1 kilohertz tune, which is nice. I gotta get out of this mode. Okay. So right now it's tuning at 5 kilohertz modes. So let's see that step. Okay. And then we gotta get our arrow. There we go. So you gotta look where that arrow is flashing. There's our 1 kilohertz. Okay. So if you get close to a station, you can back off, which is nice. It's just a little bit of going back and forth between the step and the knob and these 2 front buttons to get that stepping in the right position. But I went over quite a bit with this radio. There's a lot to it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and power this down, do final thoughts. So yeah, overall, there's just so much to cover. Absolutely amazing radio. You got to hear something on single sideband, which is great. Weather band, CB. I think I even heard CB in there. Not bad. It's cool. Anything I missed? No, not really. Like I said, it has a few little nuances. Like I said, with no medium wave bandwidth filters, which I thought was kind of a bummer, but it's a little radio. Didn't expect to do a lot of DXing with it. Though in the evening time, it was pulling in the stations. Loved it. Daytime, not so much. Good for locals again. Great pocket radio for that. Again, single sideband in your pocket. Gotta love it. I'll have links below if you want to support the channel. At $100, it's kind of a maybe buy because if you don't mind a bigger radio, the Texan is the better shortwave single sideband radio. But it doesn't have any VHF or UHF or weather channels or airband, which, you know, I never got to on this radio, but I'll upload a airband, dedicated airband video and, of course, dedicated UHF so you get an idea of what this radio can do. So, yeah, definitely check out the links below. Retekess, awesome. Gotta love it. Fun all day long. And, yeah, definitely enjoyable radio. If you have this radio, you want to let me know, the TR110, comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you have the original 737? Are you thinking of upgrades? Do you like this idea of being compact, small versus large? You know, give me a heads up. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.